Hey guys, good morning. Geo Live here. It is Monday. I hope you guys are doing great. Um, just going to share this around a bit while we're going live here. So please bear with me. And good morning, Instagram as well. Here we go. So I'm just going to share this. So today we're going to talk about fear, a little bit of what's going on right now, and the importance of daily ritual and routine, how important that is, and a little bit about what I do each day. Share this to the pages and welcome on Instagram. How you guys doing this morning? Let me know where you're tuning in from. Say hello. Maybe leave a comment of how you're feeling right now with this whole COVID thing going on. What it's like where you are. Morning, Clarissa. Share this to another page. Yeah, tell me where you're coming in from. Tell me what's going on in your life right now in a few words. Are you scared? Are you relaxed? Are you enjoying your vacation? Just gonna share this on my personal page. Okay. Feeling great. Yeah. So like what my interpretation of right now, it's a good time out for all of humanity, for people to just sit down and sit back and relax and take some time to reflect on what's going on in their life. El Guy from South Africa. Nice. Welcome. So two things we want to talk about today. We're going to talk a bit about the importance of ritual and routine and what that means, transforming fear in times of uncertainty. And also the other one is I'm going to share a bit about an experience I had on the weekend. So daily ritual is super important. So I know all of our routines are totally messed up right now, but I think this is a time for resets, a time to really take some time to reflect on who we are, how we want to show up in this world, and when the dust settles, the person that we want to be. So this is a transformational opportunity for all of us. Just like the caterpillar, when it goes, I know it's cliche, it eats like crazy and then it goes into this cocoon. It doesn't know what's going to happen on the other side, but it trusts. The process is probably painful as it's growing and the cells are eating each other. But on the other side, it's able to fly. It's able to do something it couldn't do before and smell the flowers and see the sun. So I think that's what's going on now. So the first week I didn't want to do anything. I was just sleeping in. And then I realized that was really putting me into a weird headspace. So it's really important to get up and go to bed at the same time. It's getting into your circadian rhythm, just building that routine. And the rituals in the morning for me is just spending some time for me. Okay, so the first thing you do in the morning before you pick up your phone, before you check Instagram and Facebook, is to put some you time in. And things like, for me, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll do a little bit of breath work. And if you haven't done any breath work, there's many different ways you can do that. But we do it live every night, 8 o'clock. You guys want to tune in for that. It's a great breath work experience. You can do Wim Hof breathing, you can do pranayama, whatever works for you. I'll do a little bit of meditation, then I'll do a little bit of movement. So getting your body moving. I know you can't go to the gym right now. Something like a walk, something like some push-ups, something like some pull-ups. I have a pull-up bar in my garage. A little bit of yoga. It's amazing for the body to keep moving and stretching. So that's really important. Number two. And then for me, it's setting some intentions. So now we have this time off. You can sit around and do nothing and watch TV, or you can start really learning. You can be reading. You can be focusing on who you want to become. What is that best version of yourself? There's a really good book called The Alter Ego Effect. And it's about imagining yourself and embodying all the powers of what your alter ego would be. So, Clark Kent and Superman. What's that other version of yourself that you're becoming right now? How do you want to show up? So one way you can do that is you can look at some of the people you look up to. whether you know them or not, whether it's a big brother or a boss or someone from history like Jesus, or even an animal or a panther. And what characteristics do you resonate with in that sort of character? And we can embody those, we can become those. You can be whoever you want, really. And now is a perfect time to sort of shift that and say, okay, now's the opportunity you've been waiting for. With all of this chaos going on and all of this change, now's a perfect time for you to transform your energy and to transmute what's going on within you into something totally new. So it's good to get this routine going every day. If you miss a day, that's fine. But bringing in the ritual aspect of it is maybe burning some sage or a candle when you're doing your meditation, really setting those intentions to yourself and really visualizing what this new reality is going to be. So I'll talk a bit about fear and how to sort of then transform the fear into a new reality. So just as a backdrop, the way our mind works is we have this thing called the reticular activating system, which basically when you put a thought inside your head or you think about something, your brain is going to now go and look for opportunities to make that thought come into reality. So a caveman is hungry, he's thinking about food. You might see a bird, you might see some berries. It's going to start bringing it up. Or just say you're looking for a new car, you want to buy a Honda. I'm not talking about how Google listens to what you're saying and starts throwing the ads, but it works in a similar way where you start seeing it and it's bringing your awareness. But if you're looking to buy a Honda, a black Honda, for example, on the road, every time you're driving, your awareness is going to be looking for it. It's going to catch it. And it's going to say, hey, there's that thing you're thinking of. Now you have this opportunity to go and make this a reality. So The Weeknd, East Forest is an artist that I really, really like. Did anyone tune in for the live stream from East Forest? I know I shared it. And so I did a ceremony here at home. We lit some candles. And there's a point in the ceremony where I really went into fear. I really started thinking about, what if this is the end of society as we know it, and things really start breaking down. I saw some scary videos in Italy of people running out of money. It's a highly cash society. Hey, good morning. And if you get paid cash and you can't work and you run out of food, what do you do? So I was going into that. I was thinking about my family and what I would do if I had to create from scratch, to go out and live in nature. And I couldn't even make fire. Like, we're so advanced, but how many of us can fend for ourselves if we had to? I have a little garden in the backyard, but if we had to feed our family for a year, it definitely wouldn't be enough. So I thought about stockpiling stuff, and I thought about all these things. And the insight was, you can worry about that, but if that happens, that's okay. It's just something that you need to experience in this lifetime, and it might be challenging and hard. And there's people going through that every single day. It's what you take out of it and how you respond to the situation. But more important than worrying about the negative in the future, because a lot of us do that all the time about losing our job and all these things, it's what can you appreciate for what you have right now? And that's where it starts. So you start with the appreciation for things you have, like a toilet, like electricity, like heat and food right now. And when you have gratitude for what you have, you attract more of that in your life. And when you have a fear set mentality, you start focusing on the fear, you start attracting those experiences into your life. So what I shifted from was, you shift from a thought of fear to appreciation for what you have, and you just really focus on creating more of that into your life and cultivating that. And when you start doing that practice and you have gratitude for the things you have, it really transforms things in abundance in your life. So going back to daily ritual, it's really important when we take a few moments each day to have gratitude for the things we have, but then also to start visualizing the life we want to create. And when you match that visualization with an emotion of gratitude, some magic happens and things start really coming into fruition. So I would take some time, now that you have the time, because most of us have a lot of time, is to really write out, what that future for you looks like. What is that best ideal scenario of your life that you want to create and live in? And I'd write it out. You can write out a letter to yourself. You can write a letter from the future saying, hey, things are amazing right now. I have that job of my dreams. I bought a new house. I have no more debt. Things are back to normal. So really start focusing on writing it out and just reading it back to yourself. You record on your phone and listen to it. And it's an amazing practice. If you do it every day with a ritual and attach some emotion to it, I promise you, in a very short period of time, things are going to change. Your life is going to change. Things are going to start happening. All these new opportunities are going to start coming up. Anytime negative thought comes in, use as an opportunity, as a reminder, because the emotions are a reminder. It's a tool, a guide. Maybe there's something there deep in the subconscious, but you can shift and transmute it, rather than what am I afraid of, to what do I want to create in my life. Okay. So that's going to be super important. So we talked a bit about ritual, getting back into the routine, doing something every single day, try to do it at the same time. And in your routine, ritualize it. Even when you're working out, have gratitude for your body. Be thankful for the ability to move and work out, not just mindlessly, just going and doing it, but really take some time to have some awareness to what you're doing, the way you breathe, and all these amazing things. So that's my 10-minute live for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Send some comments, any comments you have. Tawan says, if you fear, just thank for something, fear will be disappeared. Yeah, shifting that emotion from fear into gratitude, going back into the higher vibrations, what we want to do. When we sit in fear, our body becomes acidic. We start releasing all these fight or flight chemicals, which are not good. They're good if we need to really escape something that's scary. But if we have these chemicals in our body every day, it's creating this stress and this acidic environment in our body. So the painting behind me, and this, I'm glad you brought that up, Clarissa. So the other thing I realized during the ceremony on the weekend was I've had this Jim Morrison painting on my wall since I moved in here, and I had it from when I was a teenager. And as I'm there, I'm seeing Buddha, I'm seeing Jesus, and I'm seeing Ganesha. Some of the people that I want to embody some of their characteristics, as I was talking about before with the alter ego effect. And then I see Jim, sitting there behind there, and I think he totally didn't fit in. But he also shows that contrast of who I am and who I was. I want to replace it with maybe a Ram Dass just for that altar on the fireplace. But one thing that brought up is a realization. That's okay. It's okay for whoever you were in the past. And I still love Jim Morrison as an artist, and he's an interesting person, and there's a lot to learn from him. But owning the past and creating the future is super important. Not getting stuck in the past, not being ashamed of who you were or things that you've done, but just as a learning experience and a growing experience. So does Jim fit in? Probably not. Do I love the painting as a picture, and do I love the doors? Absolutely. But yeah. Just wanted to point that out too. Realization. So everything in your life is an opportunity to have deeper awareness. Feelings come up, bring some more awareness into it. And right now is the perfect time because everything is totally slowed down. Spend some time in nature, meditate more, and just reflect on your life and what it means to you in the bigger picture. So thanks again for tuning in, guys. You can subscribe to us on YouTube, Elemental Awakening, Instagram. Love you guys. Facebook, YouTube. Thank you so much, and we'll see you tonight at 8. If you guys want to tune in for breathwork, it'll be on the same channels that you're watching now. Or just stay tuned. Podcast coming out weekly, and our newsletter, and all these cool things. Peace. See ya.